Go.
What's good, everybody? It's your man, the voice. El Capitan Rick Sincere is out of commission this week. So I am elated and just greatly esteemed. I feel good. I feel good about myself because I get to host the Huddle Up with my dudes, Connie Westside,
Hey.
and the author, the the comedian, the rapper, the Renaissance man with pom poms. Will Smith.
It's actually my scarf, the end of my scarf. You know, I ain't got no
Yeah,
pom poms, man.
the
Hey, we
end of
do
your
this for
scarf,
the
some pom
game.
poms.
Right.
All, all right, fellas, let's jump right into things this week. First and foremost, reaction to the championship games. Will got a whole lot of affiliated colors on, so let's go with the NFC first, and then we'll go with the AFC. So, what are your reactions to that game between two stalwarts of the game? You got the Packers on one end, who, I mean, the Lombardi Trophy is named after their coach. And then you got the 49ers, who, they've won many a championship in the past. What were your thoughts about that game?
Man, it was a blowout. It wasn't even. I tell you, it was like 17 nothing when I looked down. At the score, and they was like somebody was like, I can't remember where I was. They was like, man, the 49ers is blowing Green Bay out already. I was like, for real? Look down, it was 17 nothing. I'm like, oh man, yeah, they ain't coming back from that because just because Green Bay they don't have as many weapons offensively. Besides, Devontae Adams, like he's their main weapon and receiver. Then they do have Aaron Jones, but I just didn't see. And then defensively, like they will have to stop the 49ers from scoring in order to come back. In order to come back from a deficit, you have to be able to stop the other team and get at least 2 or 3 stops in the game to be able to come back. And they didn't have that defensively. San Francisco, they have a very good offensive line. That's why they're able to run the ball the way that they did on the Packers. And they just didn't have they just don't have the defense to they didn't have the defense to deal with them. They had already got blown out early in the season by the 49ers, and they did it again.
Conrad,
Right.
what you got to add?
Well, I mean, it's the tell of the take, and to tell you the truth, it's one of those games where you saw it coming because you knew the one side shouldn't have been there in the first place, and kind of BS their way into the playoffs and to a top seed at that. Like, I'll be honest with you, man. Packers had no chance in this game. Aaron Rodgers is, of course, he's aging, and then on top of that, the Packers was just god awful on defense. I mean, god awful on defense, bro. Like, how you gonna let that running back was slicing and dicing through that doggone front line like it was nothing. It was butter the whole entire time. So yeah, man, I
Yeah,
have zero to talk about. I have zero to talk about this game because it was it
well,
was it
talk
was
about
told.
Kansas City then.
Oh shoot, let me talk about Kansas City. Let me talk about that bad man, that true bad man, Patrick Mahomes, bro.
Oh yeah,
Pa- Patrick Mahomes has solidified himself as last year's MVP. He solidified himself as a great player. Now Dion argued that like we are just reaction we are actually reacting to him playing really good this week because he's in the games this week. But let Lamar Jackson would have been in the place,
Dion's a
Lamar Jackson
hater,
probably would have
man.
showed out. But
He's a
but
hater.
when we talk about who is great, it's hard to say. It's hard to say who is the greatest. But I can tell you what, this man had a great day, and he's going to have a great Super Bowl, and it's going to solidify him as one of the greats. I'm telling you, that man Patrick Mahomes is hard to stop right now, because we're just
Well,
reacting to him right now, but he's hard to stop.
Will's been
Uh,
saying that for quite some time. So, Will, tell us about your cereal buddy.
I don't think it's Dion. He was just hating real tough, bro. It's
No,
like
he was not.
let me tell
Dion
you
was
why.
not
Let me tell
hating
you
real
why
tough.
he was hating. Let me tell you why. Because it's not like Mahomes just came out of nowhere and like he hasn't balled before. It's not like he's playing mediocre. He's like, oh, he's okay. He's a pretty okay quarterback. And then all of a sudden he just like, oh wow, he just balled out this game. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're just reacting to like he's been doing that. He did it last year. He was injured this past year. He's now fully healthy. He would have been doing the same thing as last year. His numbers may not be greater statistically this year, but he dealt with some injuries and we had a couple, he had the whole ankle injury and then the kneecap. And my thing is, and the voice knows this, when he played the Denver Broncos his rookie season, because I keep hearing people say, well, he's got all these weapons. If such and such had these weapons, they ball out too, which, you know what I'm saying, may be the case. Other quarterbacks will also be successful, but the thing is, he has shown in his first game as a rookie versus the Broncos, he was playing with the second string. And he got Albert Wilson paid. And Albert Wilson is like a okay wide receiver. He's not great, but he made him look great. And Albert Wilson got paid by the Miami Dolphins. He didn't have Travis Kelce on the field with him in that game for the Denver Broncos. He got up a big lead. Then they put in the other quarterback, and Denver came back, and they put Mahomes back in, and he had to go back in and get the win. So he's proved that he can make lesser players be good around him and look great. You know what I'm saying? Because Anthony Sherman looked good at running back, and he's a fullback, and he's slow. You know, so it's like
Come on, man.
He's showing it throughout his career, man, that he's just on another level with the way he passes, and then they talk about Lamar Jackson, like I can't remember who it was, if it was on Speak for Yourself or one of those shows where he's talking about Lamar Jackson.
This morning?
Same level, huh?
This morning?
It was today, I think, sometime. But to me, it's like, yeah, Lamar is good, but he's not, as far as passing the ball, he's still not there yet. I don't think he's going to, the accuracy that Mahomes has passing the ball and his ball placement is ridiculous. Like, never seen a quarterback throw a receiver, hit a receiver in stride so many times to where they can continue running after the catch.
All right. Well, let me ask this question so we can kind of divert our attention a little bit. We put out some information recently, and saying this to all of our listeners and viewers, make sure that you are following MTMV Sports on all your social channels, whether that be Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. We put out a little poll asking about a fantasy draft, and you're going to have to go find it to know the players that are available, because I don't know them all. I see them, but like, I don't know, this super duper young Michael B. Jordan, I don't know what that's from. So I'm not even gonna try.
I think that's from Friday Night Lights, the TV show.
Okay. Again, I'm not even gonna try.
So I need to watch it. I haven't watched it. Is it good?
No, it's trash.
So again, go to MTMV Sports, find this, asking who you're taking as first pick in the draft. I'm gonna kick it off if y'all don't mind, because I got some peoples. So one of them is Nelly, and being the St. Louis homer that I am, that's who I would go ahead and take from. He was a running back in The Longest Yard. That's who who my heart would say to take. But I'm looking here at Herschel Walker. And I'm sorry, I don't care if you're playing a role or not. I'm taking Herschel Walker. Okay. I don't know what team this is, the Panthers in the blue. Again, I don't know. My television knowledge, my movie knowledge is not up like that. But I'm taking Herschel Walker, acting or not.
Hey, would Nelly team be sponsored by Vocal?
Back then, yeah. Back then, yeah. Okay. So who you taking, Conrad?
Well, off the board, I'm doing my two linebackers, man. I'm doing my linebacker from
You only get one.
What? Only one?
One pick.
All
I
right.
said I would have picked Nelly, but I got to go with Herschel Walker.
Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna go with the GOAT himself. I'm gonna go with Bobby Boucher out of the University of South Central Louisiana State Tech University, the Mud Dogs.
All right.
The reason why, because I mean, look, if you look at him, he's your ideal linebacker. Uh, Dumb, slow, but at the same time, it's crazy. And someone's gonna throw their body in there just regardless. And the thing is, if you look at him throughout the movie, he starts progressing as a player, and he started to learn the game more as he goes. So imagine if he continued playing and he got to the NFL, he would have made millions. Why? Because he would continue progressing. I want that linebacker that's going to continue getting smarter, faster, stronger each and every year. He got better like in 1 year. Like he progressed really well in 1 year. Imagine what a 10-year career would look like with him. I'm going with that guy.
Well, let me say this. I disagree with you in one aspect. You said that he was dumb. This man knew about 10, 12 different types of water, and you cannot call a man that knows all that different type of water dumb. Will, who do you have?
Well, the most important player in the game, franchise quarterback. So I'm going with Steaming Willie Beeman.
Yeah.
Willie
Wasn't he cracked out though?
Nah, he wasn't on.
No, what you calling them were cracked out. The other quarterback was cracked out, and then here's the wide receivers and the running backs were cracked out.
Oh, so that was LL doing lines off of people. That wasn't Steaming Willie Beeman.
Yeah.
Okay.
LL was doing lines off of women, and I don't want to get into it. We're Christian guys. I'm sorry.
So you saying that that Willie Beeman had the know-how? Are you sure about that?
Well, that's the only one he knows, so that's what he's gonna go with. That's the only one he truly knows. So yes,
wow,
because he doesn't watch movies a lot. Any given Sunday was his last football movie that he watched.
Yeah, and that smile across his face proves the point.
Hey, I watch Ballers.
But it's nobody from Ballers on the list.
Yeah,
no man.
There's no one from Ballers, and then you don't even see them ball. You just see them practice. They're either practice or doing drugs. That's all they do.
I would take Denzel Washington's son, my wide receiver.
Well, that's dumb. He didn't do well when he played for real here in St. Louis. Denzel,
that's terrible. He played running back for y'all, dog. He played running back for y'all.
He was a receiver.
No, he was a running back.
Okay, check the stats. Check his number. His number was like 81 or something.
Of course, he was catching stuff out the backfield, bro. He was like a receiving back.
Okay. Well, he didn't get much time, whatever he was, outside the practice squad.
Denzel he played for real.
Oh, all right. So next up, let us discuss the possibility of Tom Brady going to the Raiders. Now, I said when they lost that okay. I said when they lost that it was highly probable that he was not coming back. Just like the Rams did not come back. They left us because we didn't get the deal done while still under contract. Them not being able to get the deal done with Tom, to me, opened up that door for him to be free like a bird and fly. So flying over to Vegas, which is going to be like the spot for watching football, with Gruden as his coach. I mean, the possibilities are quite beautiful. Not good for us AFC West fans, but for
nobody worry about him.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, then talk your talk.
Tom Brady.
Talk your talk then.
I may have to come back and change my connection. Hold on.
Well, Conrad, while he's doing that, tell us your thoughts.
He should go to Miami. Look,
Nobody
look.
said anything about Miami. The
I don't
question
care.
is if he were to go.
We need someone to fill in the gaps right now. I would embrace him coming to Miami. I need.
I'm sure, but the question is your
Uh,
thoughts about the possibility of him going to the Raiders.
is Derek Vehicle or Derek Carr, Derek Transportation? Is he going to let his position go like that? No. I'm sorry. Derek still has time. He's still young. He's still young, and he still can be developed. They're not going to just bring in Tom Brady, put Derek on the bench, waste the season of Derek, where Derek. Let's see. Let's just say Derek sits on the bench and lose the tenacity and lose the edge and lose the will to play on the bench. Come on, bro. You're not gonna risk that, bro. I'm sorry. That's stupid. Why would you bring in Tom Brady? First off, and keep in mind, Tom Brady looked old this year. Tom Brady ain't gonna go to no doggone Raiders with a shaky offensive line and try to continue playing ball. No, Tom Brady's gonna get behind hurt. Someone gonna come across the someone Von Miller is going to jump across that line just to hit Tom Brady.
I wouldn't be
How
mad.
sweet it would be.
Yo,
I wouldn't
How
be
sweet
mad.
it would be.
but
Will.
for real though,
I mean,
the Raiders
he's going
need
to destroy that. Suggs is going to destroy this man. God doggone.
Will, take
You
us
see what I'm
home.
saying here?
the
I
Raiders,
see
the
what you're
Raiders
saying.
for
Will,
real.
take us home.
The Raiders need to move on from Derek Carr. I don't think he's the one to because he's too inconsistent. Like he'll have a good game and then you have like 3 bad games,
You know
and he's just
who they need to get?
not the guy to take them to where they need to go. He's a good quarterback, okay, but they can definitely do. They need to draft another quarterback and try to move on from Derek Carr.
You know who they need to get? Cam Newton. That's who they need.
Yo.
That's your move.
I
That's
can
your
see
true
that.
move. That's your glow up right there.
Would Carolina give him up? I say no. But I mean, yeah. Would Cam Newton in
They're shopping him. I'm sorry. They're doing it on the low, but they're shopping him.
Yeah.
they shopping him because of what he's wearing when he's shopping. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the last topic.
Yo, Cam, bro. I mess with you, Cam.
Oh man, he said because of what he's wearing.
Bro, that's eliminated any possibility of him coming on this doggone show. Dang.
No, right. Look, all we have to do is say get a different style. So we know it's not him. It's his stylist.
That's all. He's his own stylist. What are you talking about?
All he gotta do is say, "No, I'm not wearing that."
Right. Well, you know, he's getting the reactions he's looking for. So it is what it is. All right. Last but not least, we're in my wheelhouse. I want to know what you all's reactions are to the 40-second destruction of Cowboy Cerrone at the hands of Conor McGregor. Will, how do you feel about this?
Man, I feel like he need to lose the name Cowboy because
he got rolled that night, boy.
Woo! I feel sorry for dude. I was like, dang, like he took that was a whooping, boy. That was, dude. I don't even know how you can't even go by Cowboy no more, man. You gotta change you just gotta be regular old dude. You can't have no nickname when you get beat up like that, unless your name is like Cow Bop, like you get beat up.
Well, I mean, you know where he got his name from, though, right?
Where he I don't know.
The man was a professional bull rider, so he's used to getting knocked down and getting back up, and knocked down and getting back up. Yeah,
it's different when you ride the bull than when the person.
That bull was too much for him.
All right, so Conrad, what are your thoughts?
McGregor came in and kicked that man. Conor McGregor came and kicked that man in the mouth. he kicked that man in the mouth. And then what's crazy? He was stumbling every time, bro. Old boy wobbling every time. Conor McGregor connected, he was just. He was doing a shoulder lead every time he got hit.
I like, dang, I like, ain't you supposed to fight back? Like, dude was just all curled up like a little roly poly. He didn't fight back at all, man.
Dude,
Well,
oh man, dude was just like, man, I ain't even supposed to be here tonight.
let me put in my 2 cents. The reaction time that Rick and I did was absolutely phenomenal. At some point, somehow, some way, we will get that to the people. But in the meantime, this was the fight that the UFC booked, and they booked it for this reason. Cowboy was on a 2 fight losing streak, getting knocked out in each of those fights. This was
Mhm.
what was supposed to happen. We still don't know where Conor McGregor is or what he's done. Now, granted, he looked a lot better, or I should say, he presented himself as a changed man, as a man that's matured because of the things that he's experienced outside of the cage over the past 3 years. But we still really don't know what he looks like because, again, Cowboy was coming in off all these losses. Granted, yes, he has more wins in UFC history. He has more
Mhm.
head kick knockouts in UFC history, which makes that head kick that kind of threw right after Cowboy threw his make things even sweeter. But this was supposed to happen. This was supposed to happen. So it happened. Now they're talking about next steps and possibly what he'll do because they're getting ready to cash more of those Conor McGregor checks. Um, but this is what was supposed to happen. It is. So I'm not, to quote Nate Diaz, when he whooped Conor McGregor the first time, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Um, we need to see him against someone who can give him a challenge. I'll keep saying I want to see the Gagey fight. I want to see him fight the young, up and coming stud in Justin Gagey. Will that
Mhm.
happen? Probably not. At least not until Connor is the champion. That's the only way I see that fight happening because I see Gagey just killing him. His nickname is a highlight for a reason.
Well, I mean, and keep in mind, just like you said, like they set this one up, so like, yo, we need Connor to win so he can come in looking good. I think they did the same thing with I think they did the same thing with John Bones Jones when John Bones Jones came back. Like, all right, let's go ahead and set him up with this real quick, winky dink fight real quick, so he can look good. I mean, me and you had a conversation what like 2 years back when it was like,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yo, is John Bones Jones the GOAT of the sport? Is he solidified himself as the greatest of all time? And you couldn't really answer that, which we'll get back to that at another time. But you saw what happened when they brought him back in, and you got another you got this opponent, and you knew it was going to be a domination on one side. So
Yeah, but
you're
that
trying.
wasn't on, to cut you off. I'm sorry. That wasn't as much on him or the matchmakers as the injury to DC because he was supposed to fight Cormier in that fight when he first came back.
Right.
Cormier got hurt, and that's how OSP got in. So I got to give him a little pass on that. Right now, he's the
And
GOAT,
even
but
Cormier lost his edge too. Cormier has lost a lot. He has lost a lot. Cormier is not the same person, bro. So him going into that match, it probably would have been another slaughterhouse, dude. So I'm
I don't know
me
that Cormier's
personally.
lost a lot. He came back and won the heavyweight championship. That's
Yeah,
not an
but
easy
he's
task.
losing. He's losing some steps there, man. Come on, man. Let's be honest with
Oh,
ourselves.
okay. Now from that perspective, I agree. But again, the man has been a competitor in some kind of physical art, whether a martial art, whether it be wrestling or MMA, for the majority of his life. He's 40 now, so at
Hmm.
least for 30 years of his life, he's supposed to
Right.
be slowing down.
Yeah, but a lot of them get that second win. Like, shoot, what's your boy name? The Spider got his second win, and when
No,
he
he
got his
didn't.
second win, no, he
He's sailing
did,
off
he did,
into the
and then and
sunset.
then then he wound up going against old boy from America, and broke that leg. That was it. We didn't hear nothing from him, man. Game shows and challenges and stuff.
Mm.
You leave the spider alone.
Hey, the
Uh,
spider ain't the spider no more. That man is the he's the grasshopper. Oh boy, is the grasshopper now.
all right, that's gonna do it for us this week on the Huddle Up. Make sure you're checking out all things MTMV Sports. Again, subscribe to the social channels. Make sure you're catching our podcast. Of course, you gotta listen to Dash Radio. I mean, come on, Dash Radio is the deal. If you don't know about it, you need to go to dash.com and know about it. If you're on your phone, which you probably are, download the app. It's okay. Here we go with the slow. What is this? We got pictures of children and other stuff. Okay. Well, Will, why don't you give us one last little something about the Chiefs? Because all you talked about was last year. You said nothing about this year. So give us one. Yeah, outside of Mahomes being hurt, that's all you talked about this year. So give
Well,
us a 1 minute closeout, and then we'll be done
you know what?
with your Chiefs earrings on.
This was a year where everybody counted the Chiefs out. Everybody was on that Baltimore Ravens bandwagon, checking out Lamar Jackson with all the action, the way he juked and the way he went from left to right, forward and back. They couldn't stop him. He was the new Pat. Or so they thought. And then my boy came back through with a whole new kneecap that he bought.
Hey, you're preaching good, sir. You're
You
preaching
know what I'm
good,
saying?
sir.
Through surgery. He didn't need it. He just let it heal because he got
Ooh.
stretched ligaments. My man's the real deal, the real MVP. Y'all don't understand. And when we get through, we gonna be on that stand with the Super Bowl trophy, Lombardi. We finna party real hard, like Travis Kelce said. You gotta fight for your right. And we
To
finna do that. Chiefs
party.
Kingdom all day and all night.
All right,
Gang.
that was some spitterage from the number one Chiefs fan, the one who carries pom poms with him
Top of the
at
dome,
all
baby.
times.
No, it's a scarf.
With pom poms.
Hey, that man be twerking in Costco's.
All right. For El Capitan in his absence, Rick Sincere, it's your man, The Voice, with my dudes, Connie Westside of Campus Connect, Will Smith looking like I don't know what from Red and Bowl. Hey, if you want to get some cheap swag, check out our website, and it's some specialized things. I'm even getting a Cheetah Life shirt. That's
Ooh.
right. I'm getting a Cheetah Life shirt. You can get yours too. Check the website. Support the Chiefs. Support the team. And until next time, we're out.
Peace.
Red and